What's up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice of my player in WWE 2K19's My Career Mode, but it's Friday, which means I will not be posting a new episode of WWE 2K Fabe. Of course, those drop on my YouTube channel right here every Monday and Wednesday. But today is the first day I will be dropping content unrelated to WWE 2K19. I have asked for your feedback, and you delivered big time. I will be posting matches from my past. I will be posting acting and commercial work, some Q&A stuff, some completely random stuff. So right now, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, hit thumbs up on this video, leave a comment, leave a question, leave feedback. It all helps, and I appreciate it very much. So today is Friday, October the 26th. It just so happens to be the 13-year anniversary to the day that I made my debut as a professional wrestler. I'm going to upload that match in its entirety right now. The match, as it was originally recorded, is coming first, and then if you skip to this time right here, you can catch that match with me doing my own commentary over it, and I'm sure it's going to be equal parts nostalgic and embarrassing. Now, I'm going to keep the plugs short and sweet this time around so we can get right to the video. All of my social media, my merchandise, all that stuff can be found in the description of this video, so please follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'd appreciate it. Click the link in the description of this video to check out my shirts. I've got the Broseph Joe Brody 16-bit on right now, and you can save 20% store-wide by using code WWE 2K19. So without any further ado, we're going to go all the way back to October 26th, 2005, and my debut as a professional wrestler. Enjoy.
All right, MWF fans, as we get settled here in Rumble for Relief here, we're going to start everything off right now with an inter-promotional match here as superstars of the PCW will be kicking off the in-ring action here tonight, coming up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is AJ Kirsch. Ladies and gentlemen, as we get settled in here, both of these PCW superstars I haven't seen a lot of, as I haven't scouted their federation much, but it should be one hell of a contest nonetheless.
Cut that mic off.
Wipe them out with it, AJ. Go, son. Go, AJ! Got him, AJ!
Hey, they're gonna get wrestled. Hey, they're gonna get wrestled, but they made a mistake. Hold on.
Get him off the ropes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Good try. Come on.
Yeah, punch it!
You see that? Open. Let's go. What do you say, Kirsch?
Ask him.
What do you say, Kirsch?
Ask him. No.
It says no.
Right there. 1, 2.
Hey, get up. What do you say, Amputee?
Ask him.
He says no.
He's got nothing, AJ.
Ask him.
What do you say, Amputee? What do you say now?
No.
AJ, you suck. You suck. You suck. You got
Shake it. Shake his hand. Yeah. Attack him.
From top. One more time. 1, 2.
Shut.
How am I supposed to concentrate on taking this man unconscious and bringing him down if you keep yelling at me? If you guys won't keep your mouth shut, if you guys won't keep your mouth shut, I'm going to beat it up.
ropes. Let's see him go down.
there you have it. My very first match as a professional wrestler at MWF, Main Event Wrestling Federation in Chico, California. October 26th, 2005, 13 years ago today. And man, it feels like a lifetime ago. But right now, I'm going to give you my side of things. I'm going to give you commentary over my very own match to let you know what I was thinking and feeling both at the time and right now watching it back. So just a quick reminder, if you haven't yet, please hit thumbs up on this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comments below. I will be checking all weekend, answering as many questions as I can. So without any further ado, it's time for me to take a look at my debut match as a professional wrestler. And here we are, October 26, 2005, Chico, California. I already forgot that this match had live commentary, which is pretty funny considering that here I am 13 years later doing live commentary for like a half dozen promotions on the West Coast. And there you hear the opening chord of Turn the Page, which was my absolute favorite song at the time. It's gone on to a couple others. And there you can see my mom and my dad right there. And here I come. If there's... Oh, my God. Look at that hair. Look how I am trying my best not to be afraid. There's a slap to one of my best friends at ringside from high school. I don't know who that is in the front row standing and applauding, but, of course, I am just a ball of nerves right now. I remember that... Oh, God. Look at me, I haven't even hit puberty yet, and I'm like 21 when this happened. Throw up my hand like I'm The Rock or something. Anyway, if there's ever a picture that screamed greener than goose shit, it's this image right here. This is not going to be easy for me to watch. I'm squirming already. And there's my buddy Andy Zimlowski refereeing the match. He's bigger than I am, which, you know, what are you going to do? I'm trying to get loose. Been looking forward to this moment ever since I was a pro wrestling fan. 12 years old, I started watching wrestling. I've been dreaming about this moment for, at that time, God, so what is it? 2005, I started watching in 1996, so... PT, Jesus Christ. Throwing water on everybody. Just... That's my trainer, Mr. Primetime, and he is still training people... Zero body. Look at me. I look like I've never even seen a gym in my life. I look like I'm fresh off the couch. Mr. Primetime still training people at Pro Championship Wrestling in Oroville, California. The school, when I was training there, was located in Yuba City. And if I'm going up or down on Highway 99 in Central California, Northern Central California, I could still probably just go by instinct and go straight there. In fact, next time I'm doing that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop by and see what that building looks like. It's just a garage. It's just a garage with a roll-up door, and look at PT healing it up to the crowd, letting everybody know that I am the baby face because I am terrified. PT had the bleached hair at the time. And so I'm going to be giving you my insight as we get into this match in addition to calling the action. God, look at that undercut. All I wanted to be was Shawn Michaels. It's his first match. They already telling the camera it's his first match. He's done. Of course it is. Everybody should lose their first match. And I've got my mom and dad in the crowd. I've got friends from high school that go all the way back to middle school, really, that promised me that they would be there for my first match. And we are the opening match, which I didn't realize at the time, but that really, there's even more pressure on you when you are kicking off the show to knock it out of the park. And at the time, I'm just glad it was my first match so I could get it over with, because I'd been thinking about this moment for years. The bell sounds, we are underway, my very first match. And PT and I have, yeah, I'm a face. Clap with me. Clap with me. I'm a good guy. I hate that shit. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. Look at that. I have the Legend of Zelda Hylian crest on my butt because I was and still am a huge Zelda fan. PT making it really easy for everybody to know who's the heel and who's the face. And yeah, he's like, yeah, let's give it a... So you keep him back. Yay! Yay me! Yeah! Yay me! I'm over like Rover, and I've never even taken a bump.
Hey, they're gonna get wrestled. Hey, they're gonna get wrestled, but they made a mistake. Hold on.
They made a mistake. Oh my God! I cannot credit PT enough for making my
well, as I remember it. This is actually my first time watching this match in years. I cannot credit him enough for making it as easy as he could for me. And, you know, it's I always tell young wrestlers that when you can go out there and just have fun, that's when you're actually doing your best. But at the time, I'm just worried about not messing up, really. But PT, just in the early moments of that match, going up and getting his heat and, you know, just giving me a moment to breathe, just really made it, at least in the early going of this match, really made it easy for me. You saw he picked the foot. I'm mad at the referee, which is a heel thing. What are you doing? Another collar and elbow tie up underneath the waist lock. And you can see the flash bulbs going off. And actually, the fun fact about this show, this was the first time that Brian Cage and... Oh, he held on to the headlock and then a headlock takeover. My socks sticking up out of my boots. All right, I'm going to finish the other story, but let me talk about my boots real quick. I got those from Stagecoach Wrestling, and I was so dangerously close to broke at the time that I put off ordering them as late as possible. They arrived earlier that day, just an hour or two before I left my place to go to the venue. I was worried that I was going to have to borrow somebody's boots for my first match, and I just would have been super embarrassed about that. So, you know, I procrastinated as long as I could, dropped a few $100s on boots, and I still have them to this day. They fit like a dream. I don't know if Stagecoach is still in business, but, you know, still have those boots, and on the rare occasions when I wrestle nowadays, I still wrestle in those boots. Same boots since day one. Testament to Stagecoach Wrestling. Now then, what I was talking about earlier, fun fact about this show, it was the first time that Brian Cage and Kanyon ever faced off, and you can actually hear more about their relationship on a recent episode of the Steve Austin Show podcast. Cage was the guest. Look at that elbow right to the cheek. There's a drop down. Don't want that shoulder tackle again. A leapfrog. Arm drag. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and a beautiful bump from MPT, making me look like $1 million, even though I was probably shitting my pants by now. I was shitting my pants since I found out I was having this match. And wrenching on that. I don't even know what that is right now. PT going up, but I'm hanging on. Tried to reverse it. I'm hanging on as I flip my hair back once again, just trying to be Shawn Michaels. Let me speak on that real quick. I think everyone, when they start pursuing any type of art, but especially, at least in my experience, wait a minute, quick roll up from PT. There's a 2 and a kick out of 2. Brush him off, ducks the clothesline, sweeps the leg into the cover. Everybody's seen this shit before. Another sweep of the leg and a quick kick out. Double nip up, and we've got a stalemate. Okay. At this point, I'm starting to feel pretty confident. Anyway, I think whenever you're starting any art, any performance especially, you have no idea who you are or who you want to be. It's something that I feel like you kind of have to find as you pursue your passion. You find what works for you. You know, I grew up watching Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Undertaker, and basically the Attitude Era on. A slap to the face of his student. Get out of my way, Zimlowski. I'm going to answer with a ginger slap of my own because I'm afraid to actually hurt him. And that may have been my bad, but there's a right hand right to the face. Right hand's illegal. Come on, ref. PT is saying, because he's the heel. Anyway, you've got to find who you are as a performer, and that's something that I feel like it's in a constant state of flux. It's constantly evolving. I have a pretty good feel for who I am as a performer nowadays, but I'm still learning. I'm still taking risks. I'm still trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. But when you are in the infancy of your career in any performance endeavor, as I was here, literally, this is my very first match, I'm just trying to be like the people who made me want to get into this. Me playing a violin, PT, oh, so sad. I was just trying to emulate people who inspired me to be a pro wrestler. So that's why I grew the hair out like Shawn Michaels. That's why, I mean, I wanted to be Shawn Michaels, basically. He's the guy that made me want to be a pro wrestler. Mick Foley is a close second, but more than anyone, it was Shawn Michaels that made me want to be a wrestler. PT doesn't like it when you yell at him. Why you gotta keep yelling? Chico, you're rude. Rude. Oh God, this was at a time in my life where I had zero confidence as a performer. None whatsoever. Like I said, I'm just trying to emulate people that inspired me. Trying to get this crowd behind me. PT, again, just doing a great job at putting himself over as a heel. And if you've got a heel that's over, if you got a heel that the crowd wants to see get beaten, they'll cheer for the babyface just by default. They'll cheer for somebody who's literally never had a match in front of a live crowd, in this case, me. So again, PT just making it super easy for me to be over just because he got himself over. And by the way, you see the elbow pad, I let go of the hold to ask for one more. What a frickin', anyway. Ah, rake of the eyes. You see that I've got the one elbow pad on my right elbow. Belly to back suplex in the center of the ring. And you see that I've got the black tape over my left arm. You can kind of see it in the shot that just went away. You can see it right there. And that's because less than a week before this match, my grandfather passed away. And it wasn't sudden. You know, he was in his late 80s, maybe even made it to his 90s. But he was... you know, he was just one of the greatest men I've ever known in my life. You know, I loved him dearly. We had his funeral, I think, that prior weekend. Remember, this was on a Wednesday night. And there it is, ring awareness from the rookie. Always be aware of your surroundings. But anyway, my grandfather passed away. The funeral was just 3 or 4 days earlier, and so I was wearing that armband as a tribute to him. Beautiful float over from MPT. That is a cover. A little hesitation from the referee, and MPT calling him out on it. But anyway, I just am forever grateful to my parents for coming out to this. I'm forever grateful to my high school friends who promised me during a drunken night senior year, late senior year of high school, maybe it was even during the summer before college, that they would be there. So, you know, they were there. I'm working up a little bit too fast. Slow it down, kid. Slow it down. And you know, if I could echo any advice to young wrestlers out there, it's if you think you're going too fast, slow down. And MPT using the hair to pull me back down to the canvas. The whiplash effect of my head bouncing off. There, it's a cover and left shoulder up, but not a kick out that time. He barely got the shoulder up, and by he, I mean me. Pronouns back. It's a European uppercut from MPT. Chop right to the chest, sounded like a damn gunshot. And I don't care who you are, that hurts. There's another one. Pay your dues, kid. Off the ropes. Drop kick right to the face. And MPT savoring every second of punishment that he's inflicting on this kid. There's another cover. Hooks the leg and a kick out at 2, but barely. This was at the Silver Dollar Fairgrounds in Chico, California. Again, part of the Rumble for Relief, which was a benefit show for Hurricane Katrina victims, put on by the Main Event Wrestling Federation, Brian Cage's promotion. Chico was also where I went to college, so this was very, very, very special for me. I mean, as if it wasn't already. There's a sunset flip. One rolls through. Both competitors back up, but a clothesline takes my head off. I had to make a conscious effort to use my and not his. There's a lackadaisical cover and another shoulder up, but it was not a kick out. PT getting frustrated, and you know, you see the tent there. That was our locker room. I remember dressing and undressing in the locker room there, which was, you know, totally makeshift. And if you go back and listen to my music, it was Turn the Page by Metallica. I remember spending hours putting together this custom mix with like heartbeats and sound effects. It was so stupid. Springboard crossbody connecting. And again, this crowd, because they're coming alive for that crossbody, there's my friends and family. Oh my God, all the feels. The feels are coming back. I am not tapping. I am not tapping out. I'm trying to get this crowd behind me. Holding onto the ribs. Selling the crossbody. Blocks. There's a forearm. One of the weakest forearms you've ever seen. It's more of a shoulder attack than a forearm. Back body drop. Clothesline takes down MPT. There's another one. Kirsch is feeling it. Isn't it funny how you go years dreaming about becoming a professional wrestler? DDT out of nowhere! PT's head bounces off the canvas, but Kirsch can't make the cover. You spend years thinking about wanting to be a pro wrestler, and then somebody's like, "What's your name, kid?" And you're like, I don't know, AJ Kirsch. I didn't have a nickname. I didn't have a gimmick. No, nothing. 1, 2, and a kick out of town. Oh my God, how close was that? And I do believe this might be the beginning of the end here. Calling for of course I'm calling for the super kick and tuning up the band. If you grew up watching Shawn Michaels, you almost have to, because what the hell, you don't know what else you're doing. Just trying to make it look like you know what you're doing. Tuning up the band, this crowd's feeling it. He's in position, super kick caught. PT with a boot to the midsection. Setting up for a power bomb. Oh God. He could have put me down harder. I'm glad he didn't. He let me take my own bump on that one, and he says it's done. So of course, whenever a wrestler says it's done, absolute 100% chance that it's about to be over. And I think by now, like I said, almost the beginning of the end here, and there's a point in a match where when it's time to go home, I roll backwards to avoid the contact. You don't see that often. Usually you just roll towards the corner, but I wanted to mix it up. I tried it on Tough Enough, and I got my ass chewed out for it. Duck the clothesline, springboard, super kick caught me right between the eyes, and I do believe that's all she wrote. And I don't know if you heard it. I think I just said thank you audibly to MPT. And just laying in the ring right now, I feel great. And PT rolling away. I mean, looking back at this, and again, this is my first time watching this in years, I'm pretty damn proud of this first match. You know, no botches. At least no noticeable botches, but like, you know, obviously my forearms were weak. I was clearly very timid, had, you know, barely any idea what I was doing. 1, 2, 3, way to go, bro. But, you know, I can look back and be proud of my first match. MPT, my trainer, again, he took such good care of me. He led me through the whole thing. You know, if you want to train to be a pro wrestler, he's still training people. You know, he's still training guys at the PCW work farm. And wait a second, we might not be done here. PT. And I can see he's coming back. Wait a second, what's going on? And look at that. Trainer giving his student some props. I'm hesitant because I'm still playing it off like he's a heel, but look at that. Man, that means the world to me. And for any wrestler in the first few moments after his very first match to be put over by his trainer, extremely special. So, undefeated in Chico, PT. All the credit in the world goes to him for leading me through one hell of a debut match.
Well, there it is. My very first match as a professional wrestler, 13 years ago today, October 26th. 2005 was the date. Main Event Wrestling Federation was the promotion. Chico, California was the city. And I could not be more grateful to Mr. Primetime, MPT, aka Zach Reeb, for leading me through a debut match that I can absolutely be proud of. And like I said, he's still training people with Pro Championship Wrestling in Oroville, California. So if you are anywhere between the Sacramento and Chico area of California, do yourself a favor. Look up Pro Championship Wrestling. Look up the PCW Work Farm. You will be in great hands if you decide to pursue your dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. You can expect brand new content every Friday. Of course, WWE 2K will be dropping right here on my YouTube channel every Monday and Wednesday. But next Friday, I'll give you a little preview as to what's to come. Next Friday, I'm going to be showing you the match on WWE Superstars from 2011 when I got absolutely destroyed by Brodus Clay, now known as Tyrus. And I'm going to be giving that match the same treatment I gave my debut match. I'm going to be showing you the match in its entirety. It's like 3 minutes long. It is a total squash. And then giving my commentary over my one and only match in a WWE ring in front of a live crowd. So please tune in next Friday for that. Monday and Wednesday, new episodes of WWE 2K And again, as always, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, leave your feedback, questions, comments below. I will be taking a look at it all weekend long. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I'm AJ Kirsch. Till next time, take care, y'all.